there, every pony. It's Alina Shy, and today I am going to talk about how the total DramaRama in a Nutshell series. And don't you worry. The next nutshell I'll be making is the Grandma versus Mom one, and because I have a very funny idea, considering the fact I made Lashauna's parents, Pat and Jen from Popular Memos, and you know what kind of murder map they did at one point. But I'm planning something else, and it's gonna be that I'm going to make a total DramaRama in a Nutshell movie 3, and unlike the last two, the first one is just my own personal story. The second one was based on one single movie. The third one is going to be based on multiple movies throughout the entire thing. And it's going to start with the plot point that I'm bringing back the fact that Gwen and Duncan have Cosmo and Wanda as fairy godparents. 'Cause after the first movie, I kind of forgot they existed. Now, I bet you're predicting that the main movie that the movie is going to be based on is one of those Fairly Odd Parents movies, but I'm actually thinking a movie with a similar concept, but the main lesson is mainly friendship, and that's what my group is all about. And it's based on a Care Bears movie. You can probably guess now from there. And yes, I would have to get away with Duncan and Gwen, mostly Gwen, singing! Now, I'm gonna make up the other movies that it's based on other than one other as I go along. But the second one it's gonna be mainly based on I'm planning for there to be a second plot point about how Noah with his digital typing and Janessa with her sound typing, and based on the Stitch the movie. And the average one is Owen, and especially since he has the normal typing, so average. So those are just going to be two stories that connect at the end. And also in this movie, it's going to be the fact that the new character, that's joining the cast, will finally join the cast. But not right this minute, because I'm planning for the movie to come out right after I make the Nutshell where Gwen gets her G-Max form. And the main villains are Sugar and Lightning. Yep, I am adding them to the series, but in a dark way, where they reform at the end. I'm adding them in this crazy way because, like I'm giving Rocco on my island a chance, I'm giving them a chance. And I'm planning for a spoiler alert. I'm planning for how the new guy is gonna come. Is that Gwen and Duncan and just want someone else that has magic. So they're like, hey, we wish for someone new in the cast who has magic. And I'm planning for her a bus that's carrying Sugar and Lightning come, and who Duncan and Gwen think is the unimportant one will be the third one, Yugi. In case you can't tell, he's chock full of magic. But Duncan and Gwen think that Sugar and Lightning were the ones they conquered up. When Yugi's just standing there in the background of the magical Millennium Puzzle. Now, one of the the other things about the show, about the movie, is that in the original whole wishy movie it's gonna be kind of based on everyone knew about the power and her, but in Fairly Odd Parents universe, you kind of can't tell everyone about the fairies. So let's just say, hey, fairy world just has deleted the rule where you can't tell anyone, and now the fairies are just public to everyone, and the people who don't have them just can't wish a wish on them. And the original rules are still in play. So, but yeah, one of the main movies it's gonna be based on, one of the two actually, yes, it's Care Bear's A Big Wish. But that's only because I'm very nostalgic for that Care Bears movie in particular, because it's the first one I ever watched. And the first one I ever, not the first one I ever owned, because I own the first original whole one that I was gonna make the Flufflepuff movie 2 based on, but then for that one I felt like I had to make it. Now I'm postponing it, and I'm gonna have to make a million adjustments to that if I decided to finally start making it now. But the Big Wish movie song, yes, when I said I'd have to get away with Duncan and Gwen singing, I mean, yes, I'm importing the song from the movie into mine. But what do you expect? It's a very catchy song. And we can say that Sugar and Lightning did used to have fairies, but Jorgen had to take them away for unknown reasons early on in the movie. But later on, we find out why Jorgen had to take the fairies away from them. And this will be the only total DramaRama in a Nutshell movie that won't be specifically based on one of the episodes. Because the DramaRama episode, that's coming in the future, season 3, episode 8, that one I genetically refuse to make that nutshell, and so, but I guess technically because of this movie I'm making it now, but so that means I kind of hope Gwen gets her G-Max form quickly. And you can request what other movies I can add had to be what other movies I can add to be as based on. Then I'll post a silent video. Then when all the answers are in, I'll post a silent video with the description full of all the reference movies. But I'll keep the first two who together because they're the important references. Care Bear's A Big Wish and Stitch the movie. I'm thinking actually about making Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on a plot point and by importing it into the movie as a flashback. But yeah. But anyway, if you have an idea on what other movies I can put in as based on, let me know in the comments. This is Alina Shice shining out.